Once upon a time, there was a British long-haired cat named Lily. Lily was originally a street cat who was born and raised in a cat kindergarten. From an early age, Lily showed off her superior intelligence over her peers. Scientists even claim that her IQ is comparable to a 10-year-old smart kid. Being so impressed by this particular cat, Laura, a beautiful 20-year-old single lady, brought Lily home to provide her with an environment suitable for developing her skills. A typical Lily's day starts at 8 a.m. with a series of fun activities. After brushing her teeth, washing her face, and having breakfast with her all-time favorite goose liver plate, Lily warms up her body with a walk around the house. And then there were few chess games with the lovely owner Laura. And as usual, Lily won most of the games. Lily was very talented in chess. She won the World Chess Championship and defeated Garry Kasparov, the world's #1 chess player in 2020. Garry admired Lily as a master, that he even invited Lily to his mansion to live. But Lily only likes to eat goose liver plate and live with Laura, so she had to turn him down. After lunch, it was time for the stylish cat lady to groom. It took her 1 hour a day to brush her fur, which was as thick as horsehair, and another hour to take a nice bath before hanging out with her handsome lover who lived next to her house, Josh. Josh is not very smart, but at least he has good looking and his kindness touched her heart. So Lily accepted his confession of love. On the fateful day, Josh told Lily that there was ginger on the tree and he wanted her to pick it for him. I'm sure Josh's intelligence is really limited, but people often say love is blind, so Lily climbed the tree by herself despite her fear of heights. She climbed from branch to branch to find ginger for Josh, but Josh left her alone because his owner called him back to eat a sausage. I didn't know there was a boyfriend who abandoned his girlfriend for sausage. Lily was still foolish enough to keep on finding ginger on the tree for her boyfriend. There's no way ginger grows on trees, but if ginger really grows on trees, pigs will know how to fly wings. In situations like this, we really doubt Lily's true IQ. It wasn't until nightfall that Lily gave up, and she ended up realizing Josh had abandoned her. Laura was very nervous and ran all over the neighborhood looking for her. Suddenly, Garry Kasparov ran from nowhere and screamed. For those of you who don't remember, he was the one who respected Lily as his chess master, but she refused. That day, Garry went to Lily's house to get advice on tactics for his upcoming tournament. And of course, he brought Lily's favorite food, goose liver plate. As soon as Garry saw her stuck on a tree over 2 meters high, he immediately called the animal rescue team. However, the line was not connected due to the typhoon 3 continents away. Garry was forced to jog to the nearby fire department and cut through their delicious dinner. At first, they were annoyed, but when they found out that the smartest cat in the world was stuck, they went right away. They arrived in just 3 seconds to rescue Lily. This is even considered the most important mission by the captain and must be immediately dispatched by the entire city's fire workers. They came up with a ladder to pick Lily up, but this kinky girl didn't want anyone to touch her but Laura, so they let her climb down by her own. This lady didn't climb the ladder normally, but slipped down as if she were playing on a slide. After Lily's rescue mission was successful, the whole city participated in a 3-day party hosted by her owner. Lily is really the most special creature in this city than the President of the US. After returning home, Laura and Lily were reunited in joy. Lily broke up with Josh because of his indifference, despite Josh's desperate cry and promising to be out of sausage addiction for the rest of his life. Lily had enough, and she didn't want to hear any of his excuses. And since then, Laura and Lily have lived happily ever after. The end.